If you have been following this Umar Johnson saga, most likely you are aware of his propensity to refuse help. The conversation between him and Lord Jama is a perfect example of this.
2000, when the year 2020, and this school now has gone on. It's a black school. They don't take no government grants or nothing like that. He does fundraisers and all this. You know, he knows some people in the sports industry and all, you know, because he used to play football back in the days.
What's the name of the school?
It's called the Trey Whitfield School. Now, I talked to him. He's willing to sit down with you and you know, give you any tips or anything like that of how he did it. You know what I mean, and how he continues to do it.
And as far as your brother's school, I support him.
That's my father-in-law. My father-in-law.
I just looked at the website.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to that brother.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm doing ain't that. I want to be absolutely clear. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy will be America's first school based off the principles of Pan-African nationalism and international economics. That's not what I'm doing, brother. I have a totally different concept from him. You understand? So if
the concept could be different, but the implementation of how
but
it's
I don't need his help implementing, brother, because I'm a certified school psychologist and a certified school principal who's experienced, who got a whole cadre of educators. So y'all keep making these things. He needs to talk. No, I don't. Y'all don't know who I got.
But
I got
then
everything.
why is somebody, you have all these credentials, then why is this man who we don't know was able to put his school together in a few months and it's taking you 6 years, brother?
6 years is nothing for a school. I can show you 10 charter schools where the money is coming from the state and it took them almost a decade to get open, brother. You don't open up a school in a year or two. I don't know your brother's story, and I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it.
Why not, though? If it could be helpful to you, why wouldn't you care to know it if it could be helpful to you?
Recently, Umar Johnson was a guest panelist on WBLS, which is a radio station out of New York. One of the panelists also on the show was a lady by the name of Sabrina Lamb. She's an accomplished individual. She's the founder and CEO of worldofmoney.org, which is an organization that teaches financial literacy to young people in the New York tri-state area. Here's a quick video about her organization.
Money's scary.
I see a lot of people struggling with how to manage their money.
They aren't keeping track of how much money is coming in and how much is going out.
Most kids don't know how to handle money.
I'm a big spender, not much of a saver, and I think if I had seen something modeled differently earlier, then I probably would have a different relationship with money.
I think World of Money gives them that basis, that financial literacy that they need.
World of Money is a youth financial education training institute. It operates Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:45 in July of each year.
We go in the morning, we meet with our classroom leader.
Each day is different and each day has a theme and focus. So some days we'll be talking about banking, other days we'll be talking about stocks and bonds.
I did learn a lot about credit scores,
401ks,
gaining interest on money, making your money work for you,
how to save your money,
checkings accounts and savings accounts,
and how to live a better life.
My name is William and Law. Handling money is a big responsibility and it should be held in the hands of a responsible person.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I feel like I just graduated from business school, like real university business school.
Just having role models like that come and share their knowledge with us is one example between, learning, gaining success, and then giving back.
And it's just a straight, long sign.
Also, one of the cool things that our students learn is Mandarin Chinese.
The 5 tenets of World of Money is learn, earn, save, invest, and donate.
It's helped me become more aware of how much I'm spending and how much I'm saving and how much I'm giving.
It's more about, yes, you had an opportunity to earn the money. Now, what do you do to improve the lives of those that are around you and, the future generations?
So you need to give us your resources, whether that's money or your time, and that's more important than anything.
We have visited the White House about 3 times. Our Young Mogul Board of Directors joined me as I testified on Capitol Hill to talk to Congress about financial education. We've opened or closed the NASDAQ stock exchange 4 times. We were on CNBC, we have been on MSNBC, we have appeared on ABC, NBC.
I feel like financial literacy is one of the key components in life. No matter what career path you choose, you will definitely have to encounter finance or any type of financial components in your life, such as, whenever you're making your first purchase for your home, which was discussed during the workshops.
Moguls and young moguls, I dare you to become financially successful.
Miss Lamb grooms us to be ambitious, and I think that the tools that she gives us at World of Money are helpful in making sure that those ambitions can be sustained.
After becoming a billionaire, I will invest my money in charities to build schools worldwide that will teach finance.
It's an amazing program. It's done so much more than just teach me about money. It's taught me about being professional, about working hard, about success.
It's worth the time and worth the energy, and I think that your children one day will thank you for it.
During the show, the school came up and she tried to give Umar Johnson some advice, which he basically rejected.
Let me just go to this because our time is running short with Dr. Umar. He's been here and he's been patient with us on the on-air show and this here. And it came up, it briefly came up. And, Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't run from anything. And I was glad to hear him say that there was going to be a grand opening of dealing with the schools, and was coming working on dealing with the Frederick Douglass and the Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for boys. And of course, in prior years and past interviews, the schools have come up in conversations during your interviews, and rightfully so. When you are asking for donations, people have the right to question if you are asking or soliciting for donations to help build a school. Those are legit, and it's not. It's just if it's malicious intent or if it's trying to find out information. Can you update folks in a sense of, like you talk about building schools, why you took this initiative, which you kind of explained, the part of soliciting and getting donations, and where you're at now of getting closer to a grand opening of these schools?
Great question. Thank you for that. We began raising funds for the FDMG Academy in the spring of 2014, April. A friend of mine called me and told me that the former HBCU St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia was up for sale for $2 million, 118 acres, cafeteria, dormitories, gymnasium, $2 million, St. Paul's College. So I originally wanted that school. I went down there, saw the campus, fell in love with it, built by a close friend of Dr. Booker T. Washington. Dr. George Washington Carpenter went there. I said, we need this college for our young men. We didn't get the money. The Chinese end up buying it. An HBCU now owned by the Chinese. So then we said, let's just continue to raise funds and let's get us a regular day school. That was 2014. We were successful. In February of 2019, we purchased a former Black operated charter school, Moyer Academy in Wilmington, Delaware, that we now own. 4 beautiful buildings that were renovated from the ground during the year 2009, 2010. So our campus is only about 13 years old. We purchased it in February of 2019. And as we sit here now, February 12th of 2023, we are at the finish line of the renovations for the Marcus Garvey Elementary School. What I mean by that specifically is our sprinkler system has been repaired, tested, and approved. Our electrical system has been repaired, tested, and approved. Our plumbing system has been repaired, tested, and approved. Our security system, our fire system, every system has been repaired, tested, and approved by the inspectors except HVAC. And the only thing that's holding us back on the HVAC is we have to finish getting the sensors and the wiring put in. We have a brand new $50,000 HVAC unit. The heat is on, the air is on. We just can't control the temperature. We can't turn it up. We can't turn it down because we have to get new controls. And that's being worked on right now. So by the end of this month, we expect the school to be completely renovated. And we're looking to do a grand opening for the community in April of this year, month after next. That'll be for the entire African community who donated, not just American Africans, Caribbean Africans, continental Africans, our brothers and sisters in Europe, Asia, Canada, South Pacific, Australia, so forth and so on. For those who are interested in coming to that grand opening, that information will be forthcoming. I will not select a date until we get our certificate of occupancy from the Department of License and Inspections for the city of Wilmington, Delaware. And if you have not donated, please do so. Nobody will be allowed into the grand opening who did not donate. It's been 9 long years. It has been hell and high water, but we have arrived, and folks can make their donations on their Cash App. We are a tax-exempt organization, so you can definitely claim it on your returns. Cash.me/$FDMG school or PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. You could also mail a check or money order to FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. All that information is on my website, drumarjohnson.com. You can also text message me for it as well, 215-989-9858. Here's what I want to say, though, about the whole fundraiser situation. Mm-hmm. We have been completely transparent with our donors and supporters. Our donors and supporters know exactly what's going on and when it's going on. The people who have made the complaints about a lack of transparency and he's not being honest with the money and so forth and so on, these are individuals who do not support Dr. Umar, do not support the school mission, and want to see it fail. The donors don't have concerns. The only people who have concerns are people who have never supported the mission at all. We just underwent a full IRS audit because Black people were contacting the IRS claiming I was stealing money. So we did a full IRS audit. We just finished it and we passed it. Okay, and we passed it. So there's no issues with money. There's no issues with accountability. Institutions take time, but people who have never built an institution would not know that. I want to say thank you to all my New York City brothers and sisters who have supported the FDMG Academy. I mean, we get a lot of donations, not just from New York City, but from around New York State. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those who want to work at the school, please send us your resume, fdmgresumes@gmail.com, fdmgresumes@gmail.com. You need to send a photo, resume, and a cover letter. Your cover letter should include why you want to work at the school and why we should consider having you work at the school. Who are you and why do you want to be with us? We will have a bus that comes to the school every morning from Baltimore, Maryland, Eastern Shore, Maryland, Trenton, New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chester, Pennsylvania, Camden, New Jersey, and Trenton, New Jersey. 8 bus stops. We are the largest independent Black school in the country. We are the only independent Black school with 2 real school buildings, and we will be the only independent school that serves Black boys from 4 different states, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And we will be opening up our Girls Academy within 3 to 5 years of starting school for the boys. The official start date for the school will be September the 3rd, 2024, which is the anniversary when Frederick Douglass ran away from slavery in Baltimore to freedom through Wilmington, Delaware.
Quick question so I mentioned earlier, and if you don't know this brother, and I know you meet a lot of people, and there's a lot of great people out here, but Principal, he goes by the name of Principal Kafele, Principal Rudy Kafele. He's a family member here, and he goes around the country educating educators of how to deal with our children in the sense of educating them. He has a question for you, Principal Kafele. Many of the African Center schools closed due to the lack of finances. How will you sustain the school financially, giving ongoing salaries, benefits, maintenance, materials, books, technology, supplies, etc.?
Great question. Great question. Number one, most independent schools, their tuition is tied to their mortgage. So a lot of the price of the tuition is to keep a roof over the heads of those children. We don't have that problem because we purchased our school outright with cash in 2019. We owned our building. We are not under any mortgage. Those 2 schools, those 2 gymnasiums, those 4 buildings, they are owned by African people outright. So we don't have to be concerned about mortgage. All we have to exclusively look at are the expenses and the salaries. And to that point, we are going to start small and we are going to grow slow and steady until we are large. What I mean by that is on September the 3rd of 2024, God willing, we will begin our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade academy for Black boys, second, third, and fourth. We are looking at 2 classes per grade. That's 120 students. And every year thereafter, we plan to add up and down a grade. So the second year will be 1st through 5th, and the third year will be K through 6, and the fourth year will be pre-K through 7, and the 5th year will be daycare through 8th. That will give us enough time, Brother Fatim, to renovate the Frederick Douglass High School building that's right across the street, so our young men can simply leave the Garvey building, walk over to the Frederick Douglass High School building, and finish their high school careers.
Well said. This will be our last go around here. Jamie, then cousin Sabrina, and then Larry. Jamie, Sabrina, any last question or comment for Dr. Umar Johnson?
Yes, Dr. Umar, you make it look easy.
It's hard though, sweetie. It's hard. It ain't easy. We got to make it look easy, but it ain't easy.
This is what we should do, and it's not. And I wonder, because you're very present and you're very outspoken and just saying what you need to say on all social media. And I think about, what if Marcus Garvey or Malcolm X or, just all of our heroes and sheroes had social media? What would they say?
Wow.
Just fearless. You've also been, when I say it's not been easy, in terms of your, responding to the critics, or wanting those who are wanting more transparency regarding funding and fundraising and what are you doing, the whole thing. As someone who has built an institution, has built an organization, so you're not talking to somebody that doesn't know how it works. I understand the history of this financial system, legal and otherwise, that particularly when it's someone that's talking about the liberation of Black people, those people have been silenced, dismantled, deported, like the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and so on. Whether it's, if they don't get you on the criminal, they don't get you on the civil, they get you on the tax. Hear me say this to you. You say you just came out of an audit. Put that audit on your website. Have all the filings from your 990s on your website. If you did a video on YouTube about the state of Delaware issued a cease and desist, and you had your response.
Yeah, the state of Pennsylvania issued a cease and desist.
Okay, sorry, Pennsylvania,
which was beyond their jurisdiction because the school was in Delaware, so it should have never been sent in the first place.
So make a statement about that, so it doesn't, unless it's, first of all, the people that are going to support you are going to support you, and the ones that are not, and maybe they need to figure out an excuse. But when it comes to this money and financial systems that not only are here in America, but across the diaspora, you're a Pan-African, you gotta have the money straight. You gotta have.
We got it. It's straight. It's more than straight.
No. It's got to be because schools and nonprofits, we are public institutions.
Yes, we are.
It has to be. So that document, that audit you were just talking about, needs to be on your website.
It ain't going on the website. It'll go for the donors, but it ain't going on the website. We only are accountable to the donors.
Well, you're accountable to the legal authority, because you just talked about, we're waiting for accreditation and so forth. You got to have it, because you're setting yourself up for destruction if you don't.
No, sister, no. We straight. We know what we're doing and how we're doing it. As I said, we passed the audit. No, we passed the audit, and I do appreciate what you're saying. I definitely do. But all our papers are straight. IRS have been to the school. They went through everything. We are good. What we don't do is entertain the slander from our detractors. As I said, the donors,
not them.
The donors are completely in step with what we're doing. We are good with the people who are funding the school. The ones who are throwing stones are jealous individuals, okay, who don't want to see this come to pass, and we could care less what they have to say. We could care less.
This is just how public institutions, particularly those who receive tax deductible donations on GuideStar, everything is there. So if you don't want to keep the audit,
well, you can also get them on the IRS website. I mean, the information is already there.
That's right.
It's public information.
Right now, you have 2020's 990 there. So have all of them there. I'm just saying, you have a grand, important, so important.
We're fine, Queen. We're fine.
Then make sure that you are compliant. And and now I rest my case, and I've said what I said.
Okay.
Gotcha.
She made an effort to advise Umar Johnson and offer suggestions for being transparent, as you can see from their exchange. She also made an effort to explain that by law, nonprofits need to make certain information available to the public. She also said something that tells me she did some research on what is going on with Umar Johnson's nonprofit. She said right now you have 2020 990s there, have all of it there. So what is she talking about? Well, if you go to the IRS website and look at the tax information for Umar Johnson's nonprofit, the last tax return listed is for 2020. There is no tax return for 2021. Now, to be fair, the IRS does state on their website that they are behind on posting updates to the website. The IRS does give you the option to download XML files that contains Form 990s that have been received but not posted to the website. I looked through the XML data and there is no 2021 tax returns listed for Umar Johnson's nonprofit. However, the XML data only goes up to August 2022, so only time will tell. Hopefully for Umar Johnson supporters, this isn't a case of deja vu, and Umar Johnson hasn't gone back to not filing tax returns for the nonprofit. Because let's not forget, he lost nonprofit status in the past for not filing tax returns for 3 consecutive years. And instead of filing the necessary paperwork to reinstate the nonprofit, he created a new nonprofit and slightly changed the name. If you were unaware of this, I recommend watching the following video. Another thing she said is, Dr. Umar, you make it look easy. The reason I think she said that is because when you listen to Umar Johnson speak about the school, he has all these grandiose ideas, but it's clear he has not thought about the execution. A recent example of this is this claim that he will be busing kids from other states.
We will have a bus that comes to the school every morning from Baltimore, Maryland, Eastern Shore, Maryland, Trenton, New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chester, Pennsylvania, Camden, New Jersey, and Trenton, New Jersey. 8 bus stops.
This sounds wonderful as an idea, but when you consider what will be required to complete such a task and some of the nuances that comes along with busing children long distances, the idea starts to fall apart. If you were to ask Umar Johnson how much it would cost to coordinate and bus these students from different states on a daily basis, I'm willing to bet he couldn't tell you. I'm going to end the video here, but I'm interested in your thoughts on this matter. I haven't done an in-depth video on Umar Johnson and the school in a while, so if I get some time, I'll try to put something together.